this year from last year?
How has he improved? Well, he's a year older, a year wiser. I think he looks a lot more confident. And as I mentioned last night in the postgame, I think his legs are better this year. Now, he's always been a great athlete and been able to do basically anything in any sport. But he's using his legs better. He's getting to his jobs quicker. He has the ability to join the rush and recover well. He just looks more confident, in my opinion.
Does he seem like he knows more what to do with the puck once he gets into the other team's blue line?
Well, that comes and goes. There's ebbs and flows. Some of the best players in the world feel good at times during a season in those situations, and then there's others where it dies a little bit. And I think he's done a very admirable job of entering the zone and creating for his teammates. And that's an area that can still improve. But again, he's still young in his evolution of being a full-time NHL defenseman.
And you had him on the ice with Benning in the last 4 or 5 minutes too. You like that pairing, or
well,
why those two?
You can't play the same two guys. And when the game gets tight, you look. Down the last 5 minutes, we were looking for offense, and the last 2 minutes, we're looking to defend. And those two have the ability to provide both. I think Matt Benning has got his confidence back now, and he looks more like the player he should than he was at the beginning of the year. So, that's why Jimmy chose to put him on the ice, and we felt good about that.
What do you do about the penalty kill?
Well, we fix it. Penalty kill and power play are important parts of the game, and not just from a statistic perspective, but from a confidence perspective. And your team gets a lot of energy or loses a lot of energy from a goal for or against. And we've been on the short end of that for quite a while. We spent numerous minutes today in practice working on the penalty kill and trying to clarify situations and improve in that area, and then flipped it over and we spent time on the power play. And I believe the power play will come eventually. We're starting to put the puck in the net, or at least I hope we are, and that will come, but the penalty kill has to sharpen up.
As a coach, do you like to
You
add
guys
up?
can't keep giving him the mic. Like,
As
holy jeez.
a coach,
Holy Christ.
do you like to add up the two, the penalty kill percentage and the power play percentage?
Well,
It's got to be at least 100.
Well, when
or higher than 100.
you're in the top 10 in both, you love adding it up.
Yeah.
When you're in the bottom 10, you don't want to add it up. Like,
So 70%
I look
at
at
13
I
is
look
not up
at
to 100.
I look at the impact that it has on the game, and I think we've ended up on the positive side of the special teams one game this year. And there's a lot of ties that happen in the league, but you can end up on the negative side, and we've ended up there far too many times. We've had a fair turnover in our penalty kill forwards, and it takes a little bit of time, but we've already used up a month and a half, so we should be getting things by now. The power play, on the other hand, has to finish given some of the opportunities that we've had. You can go back to the Pittsburgh game. You can go last night. Patty Maroon had a tap in on the backside. Luch had a potential tap in net front. Those have to go in. There's structure on penalty kill. There's creativity on the power play, and we've got to get better in both areas.
Is it the multiple minutes you said you spent today with penalty kill? How much of that was focused on what you'll face tomorrow, which is Ovi?
Well, he's a big part of it, but surprisingly, Oshie has more power play goals than Ovi does. But between the two of them, they have 7, and they've been living on their power play for a long time, and they're extremely dangerous. So we had to talk about scenarios and situations, but we also talked about overall coverages for the other 29 teams. What our responsibilities are, what are some of our reads, and you can't practice everything. I think our face-offs on the penalty kill have to get better. We've won numerous face-offs and ended up playing in our end and scooping the puck out of our net. So just those clearing attempts and execution need to improve. But like I said, we can't stay on the ice for 3 hours in one given day and work on everything. That accumulates over time.
What are you hoping to see from Ryan Strome, who moved up on the second line today and last night?
Well, he's been playing there the whole road trip. He's been on that line, and last night he created a good offensive chance, obviously, for Connor coming out of the penalty box. We need him to contribute on the offensive side of it. He has actually been pretty good defensively, but the offensive side of it, that's what we've brought him here for. And he's got a tremendous shot. He's got some vision. very good hands. You put all that together, there has to be some production from that line. And we did get it last night with Nuge scoring a couple, so he participated in that.
Yamamoto, you're probably not going to change the lineup that won, so he's probably...
Well, we'll make some lineup decisions as we go. As I mentioned yesterday, Yamo, Dallas is one of, or if not the biggest team in the league. And they use their size well, so we made a lineup decision based on that. And Yamo should remain confident. He should remain have a very strong belief that he belongs here. And it's one of the conversations I'll have with him later on today.